Yo, 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 what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is episode 2 of the Roundtable Network News. I'm the franchise player. That is your boy, Double J, Josh James, and we are welcoming you live here today. Josh, how are you doing today?
I am doing good, my friend.
You know, when we first started talking about redoing the news, I was thinking about just doing it once a week, but like if we do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we get the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week, all the crazy news stories that happen live. I want to start by talking about WWE on Netflix. Monday Night Raw on Netflix, airing live from the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California, on one of the most notorious days in all of the United States, January 6th. Let's just hope Chris Jericho doesn't show up.
I don't think Jericho will go back to WWE for quite a while, so I don't think you need to worry about Jericho showing up.
Well, I mean, let's talk about the people who are showing up. I mean, you got John Cena, you got undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes, you got Roman Reigns,
undisputed Universal champion.
Oh my God, we got Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. We got the CM Punk man. We got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. You got people that are on SmackDown showing up on Raw. There have been a lot of rumors, man. A lot of rumors. People are questioning why Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns have such a huge involvement on a Monday Night Raw when they're two of SmackDown's top stars. Well, courtesy of Mike Johnson at PW Insider, he has put all the rumors to rest. No Roman Reigns and no Cody Rhodes. They are not leaving SmackDown to go to Raw. It is just all guns blazing. They're going to do every single thing they can to make that Netflix debut show pop. Los Angeles has always been a hotbed for professional wrestling. My hometown. It's the WWE wants this to be like a huge thing. I mean, this confirmation comes from that while the WWE is pulling out all the stops for this historic premiere, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will always remain pillars of the SmackDown brand, maintaining their current roles. They're just basically here because WWE has this huge thing about the Netflix launch. They want it to be nothing short of epic. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with that. And it's understandable. I get why they would want to bring those guys. They're big names in the WWE right now.
I mean, they're huge names.
Yeah, so I would do the exact same thing if I was running WWE. Even though they're on SmackDown, I was like, I want to make this Raw feel special, feel important, bigger than the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight.
Okay. So look. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you brought it up, let's talk about all the stuff that Netflix did wrong.
Oh boy. This is my biggest fear right now with Netflix.
So if you guys remember back when Love is Blind, one of my personal friends, Brett Brown from Love is Blind, they were doing a live reunion show. Netflix was going to stream it live. It was the first time that Netflix was going to do a live live stream, right? And it messed up. It was so bad. Like tens of millions of people were waiting to watch that show, and me being one of those people waiting to watch that show. And it was supposed to start at 8:00 on, let's say, a Monday, and it aired like Wednesday, and some of it aired Tuesday because they had so much. It was so messed up. They had to chop it into two sections. It was so bad. No. So Netflix was like, hey, you know what? We screwed up. We weren't ready for live TV. So let's go and let's try to do live TV for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight. And the most notorious moment of that fight was the fact that the buffering happened while, we were watching the show, we were laughing, and Mike Tyson's walking away and his ass cheeks just flapping in the wind while the buffering wheel was spinning and it stopped it. So they said that they had, I think it was like 90 million people watching that fight. Don't quote me on that. I mean, that's just a number I've heard. Yeah. But if they can't do that many people watching a live Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, what do you think is going to happen when 1.2 million or 1.5 million or, start watching Monday Night Raw every week?
Yeah, that's my biggest fear right now is because of what happened at the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Is that's going to happen because Netflix, I get they're trying to do something different, trying to do something new, but sometimes it doesn't always go according to plan. Like they were probably under a lot of pressure for the boxing match, and now what happened with that? They're probably under a lot of pressure right now for WWE coming to Netflix.
I mean, apparently WWE is not happy with what happened, and I wouldn't be happy either. I'd be like,
yeah,
yo,
I wouldn't be either.
Like this is gonna ruin our show. You know what I mean? Like, let's get this shit together.
Yeah.
So, one or two things gonna happen. One, we're gonna have a amazing Netflix debut, and everything's gonna be like perfect, or they're gonna shit the bed.
And that's my fear, is that's going to happen. That's my fear.
So I don't know, man. I'm kind of worried about it, but at the end of the day, the WWE get paid all this money for that. So let's not forget what we're talking about when it comes to the WWE. WWE has this way about itself. Yeah, it has this way about itself. I mean, like television, WWE does TV like movies, man, and I love it.
It's to quote the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, everybody's got a price.
Yeah, well, let's just see if they're sacrificing quality for quantity.
Yeah, seriously, because again, I'm hoping by that time this happens, when WWE finally goes on to Netflix, I'm hoping by that time happens, it's all fixed and ready to go. I'm just hoping. Just a big hope. I got my fingers crossed for you guys. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. Yeah, don't make us regret it. So let's talk about a few updates. Courtesy of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. The WWE updates people on both Becky Lynch and Bobby Roode, and of course the Street Profits. There have been a bunch of rumors going on about the Street Profits and Becky Lynch and about Bobby Roode. So I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, and then I want you, Josh, to update everyone. Talk about the updated card for AEW's Full Gear. That's going to be happening Saturday. So Mike Johnson from PW Insider states that during her appearance at Vulture Fest over the weekend, Becky Lynch stated that her last moments in the WWE were not her, where she lost to Liv Morgan, that Monday Night Raw in the steel cage match, the rematch for the Women's World Championship. That she said that she did not specifically say those were. She said, "Wait, let me get this straight." Though the last match on Raw would not be her final moment in the WWE. So she did not explicitly state that she's returning. It's more like a read between the lines type of deal. As they noted last week, sources both Netflix and Raw believe she'll be back in the mix for the company by the time that they debut on Netflix. Wouldn't that be crazy that the finals of the Women's U.S. Championship is going to be Netflix?
That would be cool.
Becky Lynch just shows up like, I'm back.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's funny you say that. I think the finals are in Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
So that, like, I could see where you're going with, like, Becky shows up at the final saying she's back, and she challenges the champion
for that Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, for that Monday Night Raw. I'd be okay with that. I know a lot of people were thinking like, oh, there's Becky Lynch. Try to put herself over. No, I think this would definitely help for that.
People also had that situation, had that problem with Charlotte Flair coming back as well. So
exactly.
I mean, you can't always get what you want, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just call it what it is.
Now, here's the thing. I'm not that big a fan of Charlotte Flair, but do I think she's an amazing wrestler? Yes, definitely, hands down. She's great. It would her winning the U.S. Women's Championship, would that get annoying? Like say, oh, she's getting the belt because she's her last name. I could see where people are going, but in the same time, if she won that belt, that would definitely bring that title up. Like if Becky won it, same thing.
Well, I mean, like we discussed the other night on the show, we talked about some of the people that are involved in this tournament, the way they're all triple threat matches. They could have brought some NXT people up, but then we're like, no, the NXT guys, they have the NXT North American Championship.
Yeah.
WWE's Monday Night Raw has the United States Championship. Or I'm sorry, SmackDown has the United States Championship.
And NXT has the North American
So
Women's
we're probably
title.
gonna get a Women's Intercontinental Championship. We're probably gonna get that, and that's great and all. You know what I'm saying?
But
But if they don't,
question
go ahead.
is it too much?
That's where I was going. That's where I
Okay.
was going. We all had this issue with the WWE when the NXT had NXT UK, NXT, then they had Raw, they had SmackDown. You know, so then like,
205
oh
Live.
yeah, 205 Live. You know, like, you guys got too many belts, too many belts, too many belts. So they merged NXT championships, NXT UK champion, NXT UK tag team champions. They merged the belts. So we had NXT UK Women's Champion, NXT UK Heavyweight Champion, NXT UK Tag Team Champions, right? They merged all the belts. They made them just NXT Championships. Then they merged the Raw and the SmackDown Championship, Women's Championships,
And their tag titles too.
into the NXT titles. So they have these belts, and I was a very, very strong proponent of the champions defending the belts everywhere.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing that. And I complained about the Cocoa Butter Combat Club. That's just my nickname for them, ladies and gentlemen. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill not defend the belts their first run. So they must be listening. And I know a lot of WWE people listen to this podcast. A lot of NXT people listen to this podcast most specifically. Shout out to them. I complained about it, and then we finally got what we asked for. They're defending the belts down there. You got Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson coming up, challenging for the belts. You know, it's great because now those belts are starting to make, you know, like Shane Husky says, you know, he's like, oh, you know, when Gunther became the world champion, the title was being elevated. No, just like right now, these women's tag team belts were being elevated because now Jade Cargill and Bianca are taking them everywhere. They're defending them everywhere.
You know how funny this is about the women's tag team titles? I remember that people like wrestling fans, and especially you guys, and even me sometimes will joke around about it, that saying these tag team titles are cursed.
Hey,
and look at them
wait. Hold on, Josh. Let's knock on wood real quick because you opened your mouth and now something bad's going to happen. The curse of the women's tag team belts have been going on since Becky and since Bayley and Sasha lost them
or gave them up.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Either way, right?
Either way, that's when the curse happened. So let's hope the curse doesn't happen anymore. So,
yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's just like what I'm trying to get to is like I'm still hoping that's still not a thing. But so far with the women's tag team titles, they have been booked very well lately.
Yeah, they have lately. I'm glad.
Yeah, me too. Like, it just makes me hope that there's hope for these titles and not make me eat my words and say they're not accursed. But I think they're being booked very, very well. Like, it's at the point now, it's just like they're on our screens every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and I love it. I'm glad that they're starting to, like you said, listen and go to different brands and defending these titles. It makes it more prestigious.
I mean, isn't that what they were supposed to be doing in the first place? Putting those belts around there and making people want to see them. Yes. Speaking of seeing people, it's been a long time since we've seen the glorious one himself, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode has transitioned from in the ring to being a WWE producer. And last week he was at WWE HQ. Roode has been getting tons of praise for his role since stepping up and working on a number of top tier WWE main events. Filling in for Michael Hayes, who's currently on sabbatical. We were told that Michael Hayes is expected back soon. So several NXT personalities, including Matt Bloom, Brogan Finley, and Ren Sinclair. Now, Brogan Finley and Ren Sinclair are what is his NXT name? Charlie Dempsey.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know and Ren Sinclair. Yeah. She's Maddie Rinkowski, but Ren Sinclair, they were in LA over the last weekend doing some stuff with the CW network. So Bobby Roode has also been working well underway with the WWE 2K25, including motion capture. So Bobby Roode has had a hell of a year, man.
Oh my gosh.
The the guy has a great wrestling mind. The guy has
Mhm.
stepped into a producer role at WWE, and he has produced some of the most epic main events. I mean, goddamn, Bobby Roode, shots. You are glorious, my friend. Shout out to Bobby
Yeah,
Roode.
it's not a gimmick. Like,
It's not a gimmick.
here's the thing. I miss seeing Bobby Roode in the ring, but for what it looks like, he's having more fun doing this. Also, too, his body's probably thanking him too for not taking these many bumps like he used to. And again, how he's been promoting, booking, doing all that, like it seems like he found his call. Like he was probably thinking like, what am I gonna do when I'm done wrestling? And now he's got where he wants to be, and I'm very happy for him. And like his theme song is called "Glorious." he is glorious, especially when it comes to his booking. Like I love Bobby Roode. I miss seeing him in the ring, but I've been loving his work. I've been loving his work, what he's been doing with the WWE lately.
We're gonna have to sit down and watch a couple Bobby Roode matches, man. Bobby Roode in NXT, great. Bobby Roode and TNA, part of Beer Money, fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Like man, over like just yeah.
He's a guy who deserves his flowers. I know that for a fact. Like I feel like he doesn't get enough respect like he deserves or gets enough credit. That he did like what Matt Cardona said. Like he said that Ken Anderson deserves his flowers. I say the same thing about Bobby Roode. I think he deserves his flowers too. He deserves a lot of the respect that he deserves. That's just me, though.
I agree, 110%. I agree. So let's talk about some drama in the wrestling world, because
oh boy,
oh my god, I can't get to it for some reason. It won't let me get to it. Dang it. While we're doing that, let me get this right.
So while you're trying to work on that, I'll talk about the update card for AEW Full Gear. How about that?
Let's do that. Looks like my mouse was dead.
Oh, that sucks. Well, so far for what it looks like from the card, it's a big card for Full Gear. We got Moxley versus Orange Cassidy for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Chris Stanlander for the TBS Championship. Bobby Lashley is making his AEW debut against Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good match, man. Bobby Lashley and Swerve. I mean, it all depends. There's been some rumors that Swerve is injured. Swerve went on Twitter, posted a picture of an X-ray of his shoulder, said that Hurt Business isn't just a name; it's literally what they do. So, hopefully, Swerve's not hurt.
Well, if he is hurt, I think this could be a good way showing like how dominant that these guys are. Like they could literally say like, we took out Swerve, and Swerve could go get surgery and take some time off and all. But I hope he's not injured. I hope he's not injured. But if he is, that sucks. Because didn't he just come back?
He literally just came back from that gruesome fucking hardcore match that he had for the with Hangman Adam Page.
Oh yeah.
The card looks pretty good. I mean, you didn't finish the card, but
yeah, I know. But speaking of Hangman Adam Page is going to be facing Jay White. MJF versus Roderick Strong or Adam Cole.
I feel like they're going to make that a triple threat match.
I was going to say, can you explain the or part? I thought it was a triple threat match.
So it was basically MJF came out and said, you guys have to win 3 matches each. And if you guys can win 3 matches each, then I will face both of you. But I will face the person who wins the most. So Adam Cole lost due to the outside interference paid for by MJF. So it's going to be Roderick Strong versus MJF. Okay. But, Adam Cole's going to find a way to get into that match.
Yeah. Okay, so I was just curious because I saw the or, and I was just like, wait, I thought this was a triple threat match. But it's probably going to be booked to a triple threat match. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got the tag team champions, Private Party versus the Outrunners versus the House of Black versus the Acclaim.
So I'm not really excited about for the Acclaim to be in this match anymore. Like honestly, House of Black, they haven't done anything in tag team action for a while. I really want to see them get an actual opportunity. They've been world trios champions several times, never world tag team champions.
I think it's time for them.
The upstart tag team, the young and talented upstarts, the Outrunners.
Yes.
Clearly the fan favorite of this fatal 4-way for the tag team titles. I'm shocked that they are, but hey, they made it to the party. And speaking of party, we got new AEW World Tag Team Champions, Private Party. Keep in mind, Private Party's been around since day one of AEW. As a matter of fact, they beat the Young Bucks in the first round of the inaugural AEW World Tag Team Title Tournament. So to see them as the World Tag Team Champions, I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
I hope that their reign isn't short.
Yeah. Because if they just lose them at this pay-per-view right after they just won them, that would suck.
Really bad.
Mm-hmm. And then we got a Champagne Championship celebration. Myra May and Mina. Sexy Mina. Sorry.
Calmate.
Sorry.
Look, man, Mariah May has been killing it since she won the AEW Women's World Championship.
I love her as a heel.
I loved her with Toni Storm, but I didn't like her as a
super fan,
a backup, or a I wanted her to have her own personality, and boy, did she come out with her own personality.
Yes. I love this gimmick. It's like with Toni Storm when she first changed into Timeless Toni Storm. We fell in love with the gimmick. Fell in love with her.
100%.
And Myra May, after leaving Tony, and she became her own person and came
up with glamour.
Yes, I love it. I really, really do love this gimmick. And I wonder if this celebration is Mina turning face. Well, she's already a face, and
everyone loves Mina.
Yeah. We want Mina. We love her. Or is this when Toni Storm makes her return?
I mean, who knows? Toni Storm's probably going to make a return and get a rematch. Mm-hmm. But in the match that I'm really confused about, and I'm probably like I'm kind of sad. I'll be wrestling on this day, so I won't be able to watch this show. But I'm kind of sad because I want to understand who the fuck is Costco guy AJ, and why is he wrestling QT Marshall?
Let me see who this guy is. Let me see if I can find anything on him. No, I have no idea who this guy is.
I mean, okay, so I know who he is.
Yeah,
he's an indie wrestler, but him and his son, they go around and they rate Costco's.
Oh,
they're YouTube guys. They talk about Costco. Hold on. Let me pull their information because I want to. So they're the guys that do the whole "we bring the boom" bull crap, right?
Oh, okay.
We bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. Him and his son. They literally made a video. It's AJ and Big Justice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he's wrestling QT Marshall, and that's on 0 Hour. So, yeah, that's interesting. But speaking of interesting, I want to talk about some drama or some I would call it drama. Rumor. The Street Profits, in regards to questions that some readers have been asking about the Street Profits. Once again, Mike Johnson from PW Insider finds out that the status of the Street Profits after comments were made on social media about their unhappiness. The team is currently locked into their deals with the WWE. It is likely like the statements were to like garner attention about them because they're not going anywhere. People were saying the Street Profits were getting so fed up with the WWE they were going to leave. Montez Ford has been working on some outside projects as of late. He's among a lot of the WWE guys that are signed with Paragram, which is part of the sports division. That's the entertainment company that's ran by Mojo Raleigh.
Oh, okay.
But him and Angelo Dawkins are still together. They're not exiting the company. I will prefer. I mean, honestly, like this is just my opinion. My opinion alone. It does not reflect the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast and the Roundtable Network News. I want to see Montez turn on Angelo Dawkins and get a singles run. Montez is so amazing in the ring. He's the wrestling LeBron James. I mean, he even looks like LeBron James now. He is the GOAT. The guy needs to get a singles run. Dawkins, you're a good worker, you're a good hand, but you're really holding him back, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
It's actually funny you say that. Even 2K, when you play the story mode for the men's story mode, the winner of the Royal Rumble in that game is Montez. They even picked him to be the guy, even down the road. Like even 2K was even saying, like, we know this guy's going to be a future champion. We're picking him to be the winner, even though you don't get to wrestle him.
I mean, the guy's got great ring presence. The guy's great on the mic. The guy looks like $1 million. I mean, him and Bianca are like the power couple.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's 100% like something like they need to pull the trigger, like they've been doing on these WWE ID guys. All right, to close off our story, let's talk about these WWE ID guys, man.
And there's a lot of names on this one.
November 18th, the WWE decided that they were going to announce its new independent development program, which is called the WWE ID. Basically, it seeks to provide a path for independent wrestlers to join the promotion while strengthening the independent scene. Now, we have a lot of there's been a lot of scuttlebutt about it. Is the WWE trying to monopolize independent wrestling, trying to monopolize wrestling? Will the guys that are currently signed under the WWE's ID program, what happens if AEW comes and wants to sign those guys? Does WWE have first dibs? Can WWE stop them from going anywhere? This WWE's way of blocking AEW from getting talent, Impact Wrestling from getting talent, Ring of Honor, New Japan. Is that WWE's way of getting a stranglehold on the indies? Who knows? But I will tell you, they did sign a lot of independent talent.
They did.
They got Zeta Steele, Bryce Donovan, Cappuccino Jones, Jack Summit, Zara Ziggler, Shane Legacy, Aaron Rourke, Brad Baylor, Jackson Drake, Ice Williams, It's Gale, Marcus Mathers, Ricky Smokes, Sam Holloway, Zoe Seeger, Aaron Roberts is from Memphis Wrestling, Memphis Championship Wrestling, under the United Independent Wrestling. So, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Like the WWE ID guys, they just keep signing people left and right. And I want to know, and I'm going to try to do a little in-depth investigating. Maybe I'll call some of my WWE contacts and ask, what the hell do they actually get for being part of the WWE ID?
Because I'm curious about that too, because I've been seeing everybody post it, and I will like to say what it's about, but I legitimately have no answers for the whole WWE ID. I know we talked about this in the past with everybody else on the podcast, and you and I have talked about it, and none of us could come up with an answer. Like, what's it for? And you just said pretty much some of the things like, is this their way to monopoly the independents, or trying to make sure like AEW or other companies don't sign them? It's like, hey, these are our guys, you can't sign them. Like, I'm legitimately curious what this whole WWE ID thing is. Like, I want to know what it means. What do they get out of it?
Yeah, are they signed to a? So when they say they sign them to a deal, are they signing them to a legitimate contract where they're like WWE officiated? Because like when I was wrestling in California for a while, I worked for the Ultimate Pro Wrestling. Yeah. I would do what they would call light shows. Mm-hmm. And they were like one on Friday night at the Raw Center in El Segundo, and then one in Huntington Beach on Saturday. And these were like shows that like you work that show, and then you get put on the bigger show, the bigger UPW shows. UPW was a developmental for the WWE, so it's like you worked in UPW, and guys like your good friend Victoria, Lisa Marie, she came from there.
Mm-hmm.
Heidenreich came from there. Frankie Kazarian came from there. Nova was there.
A lot of great names.
John Cena, your boy The Miz, like Samoa Joe. Like, all of these people came from there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they were from there, then they went to OVW. From OVW, they went to the main roster. So like there's a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy because it's like you don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know what this ID program can actually be doing. So hopefully it's actually giving these guys a leg up. It's hopefully giving these guys like actual factual like way through. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I want to also talk about this before we go. Let's talk about Chris Bay. Okay, Chris Bay, and from Las Vegas. Chris Bay was part of the Future Stars of Wrestling there. That's where I first met Chris Bay. Chris Bay traveled to New Japan, where he became part of the Bullet Club. Teamed up with Ace Austin, and he's now out. He's out doing his thing at the at Impact Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He was like really, really badly injured, and I don't have any updates on his health right now. I do know that he's recovering.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Bay has a GoFundMe, and I'm gonna highlight the information real quick, and I'm gonna put it on our ticker.
Okay.
So people can actually go, and if you want to support Chris Bay, it would be awesome if you did that, ladies and gentlemen. This is the GoFundMe for Chris Bay. Right here, GoFundMe /F/Chris/Bay/recovery/funds. Go donate something, $1, $10, $5, $100, whatever you can do. Buy a t-shirt on his TNAmerch.com. All the ABC t-shirts that they sell there go to help paying his bills. There's a We Love Chris Bay shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he also has a Pro Wrestling Tees. Go buy some merch there to support him.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. Like, me as a professional wrestler, I put my life on the line every time I get in the ring. And it can be something little. Like, it could be like a backdrop, or I can take a chop to the chest wrong, or I can take a clothesline wrong, or I can, take a body slam wrong. You never know. There's so many variables in the world of professional wrestling that can end a career, and not only end a career, but can end a life.
Yeah, like what happened to like a lot of wrestlers. This has happened like randomly. Like what happened with Mike? I think it was Mike Von Erich when he just kicked Gino in the head. When the like it was, and next thing you know, his shoulder just popped out. He didn't take a bump or anything. He just kicked him, and next thing you know, shoulder popped out of his arm.
There have been a lot of wrestlers who just died like from simple things. You guys love the way Rey Mysterio does the 619 every week. He drapes the guy across the ropes, and he just swings through and kicks the guys. The guy bumps, he hits on a splash, 1, 2, 3, right? Mm-hmm. It's a simple move. Anybody can take the move. It's simple. Well, Pedro Aguayo died in Mexico from that move. Broke his neck, whiplash. Those ropes are not just ropes, they're cable. And that shit does hurt when you hit it. So when, you're watching wrestling, you're like, oh, that's that fake stuff. Keep in mind, it's a lot worse. It hurts a lot more than you think, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrestling's more real than what people think it is. Like, the bumps are real.
It's unlike football players, basketball players, hockey players, whatever players, right? Whatever sport. There's no sport that goes 52 weeks every week consistently, 52 weeks with no off time. Professional wrestling is the only sport that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep in mind that, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, that, my friends, was the Roundtable Network News. We'll see you guys on Wednesday with more. Hopefully, some great news comes about. Until then, have a great night.
See you guys.